Hi guys, it's Dr. Pete from the High Performance Teams program, talking with you about the 4 success factors needed to fast-track sustainable culture change. As you know, work plays a large and important role in our lives, and most of us spend about a third of our entire lives at work. Given this, it's important for us to make work as enjoyable and sustainable as possible. And the best way to do this is by being a part of a high-performance team. High-performance teams are able to both fit in and stand out. They fit in together by having high levels of engagement. They stand out by having high levels of achievement. These two factors of achievement and engagement are underpinned by 4 key performance indicators. To become a high-performance team, most teams will have to make a number of changes to how they work together. Sustainable culture change is therefore a necessary part of the high-performance team's journey. In this short video, I want to introduce you to the 4 success factors that enable you to fast-track sustainable culture change in your team. When we think about fast-tracking sustainable culture change, there are 4 success factors to consider. These are, firstly, reduce pain and increase pleasure. Secondly, structure enables behaviour. Thirdly, the principle of try before you buy. And fourthly, an understanding of what realistic timeframes are for change. Let's unpack each of these now. The first success factor is about reducing pain and increasing pleasure. And what that means, of course, is that the easiest way to get people to do the right thing, or the new thing in terms of change management, is to make the right thing the easiest thing to do. We know this through safety culture design principles, where we place helmets and safety equipment near safety critical workspaces, where we put speed camera signs up to warn people of an impending penalty and thus change their behaviour. Have a think about the changes you're making in your workplace and ask yourself the question, how is the new way less painful and more pleasurable than the old way? If what you're asking people to do is not reducing their pain or increasing their pleasure, then you may not be able to fast track this change and it may take a little longer. The next success factor is structure enabling behaviour. And what we know from behavioural psychology and behaviour therapy is that changing structures enables new behaviours, but not necessarily vice versa. Consider the images on your screen now. When you change the structure around a construction site by simply putting up a fence, you enable a new behaviour, i.e. people walking around the construction site. However, if all you do is call out aloud asking people not to walk through the construction site, you cannot guarantee that they'll follow your directions. The fast track question here for sustainable culture change, therefore, is what structures do you need to change to enable any new behaviour in your workplace to sustain itself over the long term? The third success factor is try before you buy. Everybody in the advertising and marketing world know that people need to have been exposed to your new idea approximately 20 times and/or been able to experience it personally at least 3 times. This makes lots of sense when we think about high expense purchases such as new cars or highly personal items such as mobile phones. The fast track culture change question is, how can people try out your new ideas at work multiple times before they have to commit? The last of our 4 success factors is about realistic time frames. And it is widely accepted that any carefully planned new product or initiative will take twice as long as predicted to deliver. This comes from project management theory, and any of us who have ever tried to get fit or lose weight, or built a house or done an extension, will all know that it took a fair bit longer than we thought to get to our destination. The culture change question, therefore, is, does our plan allow twice as long as we predict for changes to work? Have a look on the screen now. You can see some time frames for different types of changes people make in workplaces as they become high-performance teams. You can see on your screen the normal time required, as well as, if you can line up the 4 different success factors, what the minimum time you can expect for competence on the fast track. Have a stop and think. Complete the scorecard about your team's current capability for change. Are they really good at making sure people understand the benefits, the reduced pain and increased pleasure associated with workplace change? Are you able to ensure that any new behaviours have structures that make it easier for them to comply? Do you allow enough time for people to try before they buy? And are you planning realistic timeframes for your workplace changes to take effect? Let's wrap up. In summary, we've talked about fast-tracking sustainable culture change for high-performance teams and shown you 4 of the important success factors that all need to be incorporated if we're to get on the fast track to genuine and lasting change. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out some of the other high-performance teams videos having a look at the 4 KPIs of success, as well as managing hazards and team risks. Until next time, bye for now.